Hello and welcome to Katrinas Creations. Today is the Saturday edition. I'm sitting a little off center because no matter how I sit here in the living room, there's windows on this side, there's windows right in front of me, and I'm trying to not have the eyeball glare, but yeah, anyway, this was the best I could do after trying. So let's get started with today's podcast. I have no finished objects because the two projects I'm working on are both rather large, maybe larger than, well, the first one is too large, the other one I'm hoping is not too small. I will explain. So the first one is a crocheted project. This is called the Montastra. It is by Expression Fiber Arts, and I did fix my stitch marker from last week. If you saw my little bubblegum stitch marker, it had fallen apart. I got it fixed. So there it is. And I have done down to here this week. Now I keep trying this on, which is one of the nice things with doing a top-down outfit because it just seems awfully big. It fits up here perfectly fine, and in the chest region it's fitting fine, but I think it's going to be too big and blousy in the waist, because yeah, I do have sort of a waist. In between the fat, there's a waist. But yeah, it's kind of big there, so it's taken me forever to go all the way around. I have been taking and decreasing some stitches every couple of rows just to taper it in just a little bit, because I don't mind things being a little blousy, but I don't want to look like I'm wearing a maternity shirt either. So yeah, we're way past those days. We'll leave that to my granddaughter at this point. But anyway, that's what I have done on this week, and I'm on my last skein of yarn, which is Wrapology from Hobby Lobby. I don't think they make it anymore, but it's like an ecru color with little flecks of kind of a gold and a navy blue. So that's the project that's slightly too big. Then my knitted project I about had a heart attack with this week. It's knit from the bottom up, and I have separated for the sleeves, and just as I separated for the sleeves, let me show you how far I've gotten this week. Here's where I was last week. I stopped right here. I went up to here where the sleeves separate, and then I've done another probably 6 inches. So I've knit about 10 inches this week. Just as I was getting ready to separate for the sleeves and I was dividing my stitches up, that's when I realized I didn't count right. This pattern's written to knit the front separate from the back, and then you have all these parts to attach the front and the back together, and then the sleeves. I hate doing that, and I never can do it right, so I thought I'm just going to do it in the round. I should have had a total between the two of them, because the front and the back were equal stitches. I should have had 141 for the front, 141 for the back, for a total of 282. I ended up with 221. Yeah, I was like 60 stitches short and having a heart failure, wondering whether this was going to actually fit or not after all of the work, because I had done 14 inches to get to the sleeve separation. So that being said, I started to rip it out. I didn't rip it at that point. I took it all off the needles, and I thought, you know, before I rip all this out, I'm going to try it on. If I find it's too snug, then I'll have to rip it out, but let me give it a try. I put it on and it actually does fit. I think the difference is the pattern is, the yarn they used for the pattern was a linen, which has no stretch whatsoever. So I think they gave a lot of positive ease to it because it doesn't stretch. This is an acrylic. This is Brava acrylic yarn from Knit Picks. It, as you can see, has lots of stretch. So fortunately it does fit, and so I put it back on the needles and I started the back at this point. So like I said, I've separated the sleeves. I've gone about probably 6 inches here, and then I had 4 inches on the main body before I got to that part. So I did get quite a bit done, but it goes faster when you're only going half of the stitches. So anyway, yes, heart failure averted at that point. So That's what I have been working on this week. What have you been working on? If you'd like to participate in Show and Tell, it is open to everybody. It does not need to be a knit or crochet project. It can be any kind of craft you're into doing, like diamond art, quilting, whatever. We enjoy seeing it. If you'd like to share it with us, you can contact me at KatrinasCreations@yahoo.com. Tell me what name you would like to have it listed under and a little bit about the project. Or you can also put the picture over on Facebook on Katrina Knits, which is my Facebook page, and tell me a little bit about it there. So those are the two ways that you can get your item into Show and Tell. And it is, like I said, open to everybody. So if you saw yesterday's video, and actually all the videos all this past week, Dave and I were in New England. We went up as far as Damariscotta, Maine, which is about mid-coast. We did not go all the way to Bar Harbor, because Bar Harbor's gotten very, very expensive to stay in. It would have cost us for one night what we spent for 3 nights in Damariscotta. So that being said, we didn't go up that far. And it's a little difficult for Dave to do that much walking, because I do like to go up there and do the shore trail, which is really pretty because you have Frenchman's Bay on one side and you have the big mansions on the other side, and you can look in their backyards and be nosy about all their gardens. It's just really pretty. It's a nice walk. But anyway, we did not go up that far, but we did manage to hit quite a few yarn shops. There were 7 all combined, and that's not all the yarn shops in Maine. That's just the ones that I happened to hit. There's many more in Maine and in Connecticut to go to. Those are just ones that were kind of en route that we went to while we were there. So if you missed the whole playlist off to New England, you can click the link right here, and that will take you to the whole week where you can see me going into the shops and all the different things we did. Went and visited my favorite lighthouse. I've now put that as my page on my phone because it's just pretty. So yeah, if you want to go check that out. And yesterday's video, which is the end of the series, that is what I got at all of the yarn shops. So it's a good-sized yarn haul. I think it's a half-hour video showing you all the different yarn that I picked up while I was on vacation. Souvenir yarn, you know. So as if I needed more yarn, but can we ever have enough yarn? And it's, yeah, I have plans for them. Not sure what they are. Most of them I think are going to become, some of the single skeins might become like shawlettes or cowls, things like that, because I do tend to wear a lot of cowls during the winter time because I have arthritis in my neck and it just feels good to have something warm around my neck. So yeah, if you want to check those out, you can click, like I said, that link. This Friday's video is going to be a life update. We'll have a little tea and chat There has been a lot. Some of you who email back and forth with me do know kind of what's been going on, but most of you don't know what's been going on for the last month and a half to 2 months. Things have gotten a little crazy. So yeah, if you want to check out Friday's video, you can find out what chaos is going on in my life at the present time. So I mentioned last week that I had finished the book Sconed to Death, and one of you viewers recommended a book to me. They happened to see an audio playlist pop up in their feed, and one of them happened to be a cozy mystery that takes place in Maine, which is like right up my wheelhouse. So yeah, they sent me the title and I found it at my local library, actually on the ebook audio list, because I love to listen to books on audio because I can knit and crochet while I'm listening. I like to be read to. I guess that's part of me being just still a kid at heart. I don't know. I enjoy being read to. So the new book, and I can't tell you a thing about it because I haven't even started it. I just found it today. It is called, let me get my paper here. It's called Murder Most Eastern. It's by Nellie H. Steele, not Steed, Steele. So, can't read my own writing. So anyway, yeah, that's one I'm going to be checking out this week. So today's video, I feel like it's kind of short because you've been seeing me all week long. There isn't really anything new going on other than as you're watching this, Kim and I are at Good Old Days in Littlestown, Pennsylvania at a craft fair. It's one of our big ones during the year. We've cut down on some of the number of ones we are doing. We're trying to just do the ones that are kind of profitable. So yeah, so that's where we're at while you're watching this. So we hope we do good and sell lots of things. So now it's time for, so in our Come and Get It section today, we have knit picks and all of the links. So now it's time for, now in our Come and Get It section today, all of the links to these sales are down below in the description box. Just click the bold word more and they all are listed alphabetically. So the first one is Knit Picks. Knit Picks has their yarn of the month is Dishy, which is a cotton yarn. It's called Dishy because a lot of people make dishcloths with it. So that is 20% off of Dishy this month. They are also offering up to 40% off of tools and patterns right now. Then we have Mary Maxim. Mary Maxim is offering free shipping on orders $89 or more, which sounds like a lot, but when you're buying yarn, that can go really quick. But anyway, that's Mary Maxim. Lion Brand has up to 35% off. The more you buy, the more you save. And Lovecrafts has up to 50% off in their clearance. And then we have Oriental Traders, and Oriental Traders is offering free shipping on orders $25 or more. So that's the better deal out of all of them right now. And Oriental Traders has Big Twist 1 pound skeins of yarn for $8.99. So if you can get, or $8.98. So if you can get like 3 skeins of the pound size Big Twist yarn, you're gonna not pay shipping for it on top of it. Plus it's about $3 cheaper than in the store. So you're saving $9 in the yarn, plus there's no shipping costs. It's a win-win situation. They also have, like the whole line of Big Twist yarns, but they have also Big Twist value yarns, 2 skeins for $6.98, which is pretty cheap too, because that's running roughly $3.50 per skein, plus free shipping. So, and they have some other deals over there as well, but those are the 2 that I really saw. But the Big Twist is, the 1 pound one is, I think, the best deal out of the bunch. So yeah, if you want to check that out, it's worth it, especially since there's free shipping. So those are the sales that I know about. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again on Friday. Bye, everybody.